And even if it's tiny, even if you don't want to express it externally, people might judge you. Oh my God. Right? Hello. Hi. Hello, my love family. I'm sorry we're a few minutes late. I blame it on my mother. No, I don't. Listen, welcome to the Love Stream. Here we are with these beautiful people in our Loving Light Regeneration. I co-own with my husband, Danny, and Gabby, who is, actually Gabby, by the way, practices homeopathy and lymph drainage. And she was our longtime primary doc for 18 years and has, was a friend as well. And so that's what she practices here. She's an integrative doc. And look at all these beautiful people. Welcome. So we're going to do, some of our usual stuff now. And we're listening to Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, who created these 24 units of scalar energy combined with, you know what, I'm going to fix the camera a little bit so you can see up there a bit more. Yeah. Okay. Combined with scalar and Fibonacci, by the way, pulsed electromagnetic frequencies. And we have, this is like taking, as Leslie heard Dr. Sandra say, a photonic bath. And these are photons, right? We're all made of the stuff of stars. And all this beautiful color energy and photonic energy, and it's just so good for you. And this is all harnessed by Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. This was harnessed by hello everybody, Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, approximately in the 70s. And it's become super, super popular via Love Queen and Road Dancer. Hello, beauties. So this was harnessed, you probably know, in the 70s by Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, and she was called to make this as popular as possible. So that's what she said. There are almost, I think there are 200 and something centers internationally now, and that shot up within the past 8 months. You know what we're going to be doing now? We're going to be dancing, kids, a little bit. We're going to be dancing. Do you know what dancing is? You know this thing called dancing? These people are dancing internally. And what that means is we're also going to be talking to people and seeing what their experience is like being here in what I coined the womb room. I worked for quite a while as a comedian and an actor and stuff, and I was going to open a chain of women's comedy clubs called the Womb Room. This is much better, and I don't care if people laugh or, if they fart or whatever. It's totally up to you. I don't judge. I'm not a judger. Hello, welcome, Chris Fraley from New York, Love Warrior, John Williams from Toronto, Danny McCarthy's watching. Danny McCarthy's watching, so you better mind your feet and do. Yes, ma'am. I think. Cynthia, do you have a question? She raised her hand. I feel like we're in school praise. You may use the bathroom without asking. It's totally up to you. Okay, so if you can hear this fabulous music, Michael Scalar, who's Dr. Sandra Rose Michael's son, has been an electronic artist as well as her head installer. They just got back from India for decades internationally. Very well known as a DJ. And he created this music as soon as he got back, and I was permissioned to use it. Oh, my goodness. Yay, Danny Pooh, says John. Okay, much love to you too, Viva Cara. Oh, much love. So, all right, what we're going to do now is John's dance. I can see it. And by the way, if anybody feels like they don't want to get up and dance, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if you're physically, emotionally, psychologically. The whole thing is many of us feel trapped in our body because we're in a certain kind of relationship, in a certain kind of job, in a cubicle, in traffic, road rage. You can find the vibration. You can find the vibration of freedom and joy and just move a little bit. And, if you're doing that, for example, people are like, what is going on, Freddie? You're itchy. It's nobody's business. When it comes down, it's having a good time. Rochelle Cabran, hi, Goddessa. Hi, Road Dancer from Miami. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, goodbye. No. Okay, so listen. Listen to me, people. I feel like I'm on a geriatric cruise ship. Funny. Okay, so what we're doing now, Linda Colley. Yay, Yes, the Queen, Linda Colley. We so love Maureen's book. Thank you for gifting us with that. Now what I'm going to do is, this is a very Susie, and this is intentionally silly. The way I have a ladder on top of a chair with this weird speaker, and there's a DJ, another DJ, who wants to come and make it look really great, and he might, but I always want it to look silly. This is about being in touch with a child within all of us that never dies. And let me tell you, folks, those of you who are awake, it reminds me of my sex life. I know I used that line before, but it's okay. Here's the thing. It took me decades. Many of you know because you've read my books and you've seen my plays, etc. But from inherited PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, into what I coined PTJO, which is post-traumatic joy overload. And I have taught it and shared it with a variety of groups, from vets to schmets to international survivors of genocide, even to Girl Guides. You know, because when you overeat a peppermint cookie, there's no turning back. Okay, Sam Snow Nemeth, yay, geriatric cruise ship, people are getting it. Bring them on, okay, all right. Okay, kids, thank you for paying attention. There will be a quiz. So here's what happens now. I'm going around and I am going to ask you, how did you get so handsome? Now, Ralph, could you? Is this Ralph? I have to actually, you know, my vision, many people, because the blood vessels in the eyes are so small, haven't you too? Cynthia, you've improved vision? Okay, so Cynthia, I'm going to get you. Would you mind just waiting your turn? She's so mouthy. I love it. But, okay, yeah, isn't that great, Cynthia, in all honesty? But there are many stories of people who canceled cataract surgery, you name it, from having been here. Everybody needs a different amount of time. Sometimes people will come in here for a long time and be like, I'm just wasting my time, I'm wasting my money, I'm wasting my time. You know, we have to be ready to allow in the health that we are. Okay, I am the quiz kid, John Williams, love worry. I cannot wait till John's sending a book. He is a genius writer, you know, Leslie, right, from Toronto, poet and incredible athlete. And he wrote a book, because I said, you have to create this book. And he's sending it here, so I'm going to be reading it. And you're forced to listen to it instead of going to sleep. Okay. So now we're going over to Handsome Ralph. Right over here, that's Handsome Ralph. And we're going to ask Ralph if you would kindly just stand up and come closer. I'm going to turn this down just a bit, for those, it just changed, just a second. I'm just going to turn down. This is Ralph. Look, he's so well, but isn't he handsome? Okay, Ralph, this is for the ladies. Now, no, and whatever, I'm not judging, whatever, love is love, and I really mean that. What I'm trying to say is, what do you think of this experience? Now Ralph has been coming for a while, and we're blessed to have him as part of our love family here at Loving Light Regeneration. Would you like to share any experiences? And if you say no, none whatsoever, I can understand as well.
That'd really piss you off, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't. I would find it hysterical. Really funny. But is there anything you want to share with people? Just how does it feel being in here, and have you noticed anything you want to share or not?
Sure. Happy to share.
Okay.
So my name is Ralph Brescia. I've come to several sessions. I presented with lower back problem. There's two nasty little muscles, one called the psoas, and the other one, I never remember the name of it. But anyway, the long and short of the story is that
Can you hear, Ralph? Can somebody just text me back to make sure this isn't wasted, because it's really good stuff?
No one's ever accused me of not having a big mouth.
Can you? Oh, hi, Ralph. Okay, Bia can hear. All right, good.
Hi, Bia. So anyway, long story short, much of my adult life, I've had issues with my lower back. I've had 13 different spine surgeries over the years, and very blessed to have a good surgeon. And but from time to time, I have issues, and I had a flare-up this last time that was quite persistent. And despite going to a kinesiologist, despite doing stretching exercises, despite having swam several days a week, this condition persisted. And so through my research, I came to discover Danny and Franny's facility here, and figured I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. Except his psychiatric health. Well, we're not going to go there. That's a whole nother piece. Right. But suffice it to say that after my first 2-hour session here, I really didn't know what to expect, so I was sort of open to anything. And what I experienced was about 4 or 5 hours after I'd gotten home after my first session, I started to notice the pain began to abate, not to a great degree, but it began to abate. And I had felt that the real test would be the following morning, how I felt when I got up. And so, having said that, the next morning I was gleeful. I would say that my pain had been reduced 40 to 50%. Wow, Ralph, that's 40 to 50% is a lot. That's amazing. Yeah, and that was after the first session. I've had 2 subsequent 2-hour sessions after that, and I would say that I'm probably 70% better. Wow. And so I have nothing but praise for the whole experience. Yay, go Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. That's so great. Thank you so much, Ralph. Ralph is such a wonderful person. That is so great. All right, thank you. Moving on down the line. Moving on down the line. Here we are. Shirley, this is beautiful. Shirley, can you come a little closer, honey? So this is our first time meeting Shirley, and Shirley, somebody wants to come on camera. I'm not bringing anyone on camera today. We're going to keep people only in the womb room at this moment in time. Hi, gorgeous gal. Would you like to share what your experience is here? Have you been to an EE system before?
Actually, I found this video and I sent it to my friend in Norway when I was in Turkey at the time. And he listened and got in touch with Dr. Sandra.
Sandra Rose Michael, can you hear Shirley okay? I want to make sure this isn't lost. Hi, Lisa Ellen. Hi, everyone. Definitely coming down. You better come down. Can you hear Shirley? Please just let me know. That's fabulous, Ralph, says Love Warrior John Williams. Okay. Are you good? Yes. Okay, great.
Oh, great. Glad you can hear me. But anyway, my friend in Norway told me that I had to go try this. So I'm trying it for him. So I've been in here, maybe 40 minutes so far?
40 minutes.
I've been in 40 minutes and I'm about to go to sleep. And it's just totally,
I have that effect on people. I'm very calm.
It's totally relaxed me.
Isn't that wonderful in all honesty? That's beautiful.
So hopefully one of these days I'll be a place. My friend will come over. We'll get 24 units and I'll be like this all the time.
Yeah. The more the merrier, as my husband says in his beautiful English as a second language. Instead of the more the merrier, Danny says the more the merrier.
Anyway,
but it's true. Yes, and they act as satellite dishes, by the way. So all over the world, they're like satellite dishes. So the more that we have, we're beaming everywhere. And the koi fish, we have a koi pond downstairs in the, in the central part of the plaza. The koi have grown huge compared to, and our neighbors are actually nice. No, they were nice, but they're nicer. You know what? I mean, it has an effect. This has a radius, 24, by the way, you may want to tell your friend in Turkey, has a radius of 300 miles. 300 miles, Dr. Sandra has said, in terms of impact. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to see what it does, and I'm hoping to tell other people about it, especially my nephew, because he's got a condition that I think probably could really be helped.
Well, there are 0 contraindications. There's so many testimonials and peer-reviewed studies since it's been around since the 70s. It's nothing new. So, yeah, I can only be helpful. Thank you for sharing, darling. Really appreciate it. Elaine Silverman Stern from Toronto. Michael Graves from Connecticut. Eva Krause. Oh, love warriors and goddesses and love queens. You're just so beautiful. So good to see you all. All right, we're going on to our next victim in the womb room. All right. All right, can you kindly just put that down for a second? I just don't want to bump it. You're fine, Angela. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get you guys on the way back, so you can, prepare your notes. Pardon? The best for last. That's right. Okay. Hello, Sandra. This is so cute. Sandra thought she was coming here for, to sleep. And that is often what my husband wishes, because we've been married for a while when we are, about to, get, And, but Sandra is so adorable. We've had the pleasure of having her here as a client a few times. And she's also a maestro. Now, I get dyslexic. Cranial, sacral. She's an energy healer. She's a many things. And a goddess. Just a second. Okay. All right. So would you mind terribly? I know you were in RAM or whatever, but would you mind coming just so they can hear you? You have to. Yes, ma'am. Make you happy. She's a reluctant, gorgeous goddess. Get over here. Tammy Riley from Tasmania. Sending all lots of love as I go off to sleep. Bless you for actually staying up. Oh my good news. Oh, so much love to you, babe. And I love what you said you were doing with your hair. Most important, it's all about the hair. I know, darling. People's hair have come back to their original color here many, many times, by the way. So, Sandra, step right up. Look at this beauty. Can you tell us, if you don't mind sharing, who the heck are you? And what is your experience? What is your experience? Anything you want to share about your experience here to, allow other people to kind of get an inside glimmer?
My name is Sandra, and I was just really totally relaxed in the chair. So relaxed in the chair, I was in another world, on another
She wants to
planet.
punch me
And
out.
it's so healing because you just feel all the little sparklies in your body, and it just feels so great. And it feels like whatever is in the right place will become in the right place, and whatever didn't have the sparklies in it will have them. And anyway.
I totally know what Sandra's talking about with the sparklies, and not just what I have going on here. It is really like, as Leslie led us to, as Dr. Sandra led us to, it is like taking a photonic bath in here.
Very nice, very nice. And my doctor recommended that I come here, and this is my third time actually. And it is just so relaxing, and it feels so healing. I just want to move in.
So we were actually going to extend that offer to Sandra today. We have a small camper in back, and because this does have a radius of 300 miles, you know what I mean? We just thought it's a luxury kind of a camper. Yeah, it has its own hot tub and everything. But it is. We're so blessed to be here. Thank you, Sandra, darling. You go back to sleep now. No.
Bye, everybody.
Sandra's going back to sleep. Angelica K. Hello, love queen. All right. We're moving on down. We're going over to Cynthia. You don't have to get up, honey, if you don't want, because you're stuck in chair prison. Watch your feet, Sandra, honey. Just give me a moment to wheel. Oh, look at the ears. Beautiful, Cynthia. I'm going to just go in front of your shoes. And we're moving here. This is very Susian. Da-da-da-da. It's Cynthia. Hi, honey. I'm so glad you made it. Now, Cynthia was going to come today with your mom and your mom's age.
Yes.
All right. And we send so much love out to your mom. Is she on Facebook or no?
No.
Okay.
Well, she is, but she's.
Okay. Well, she watches the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait to meet you at the best time. What is her name? Deborah, so much love and joy. We love your daughter. So, yeah, and so Cynthia, what would you like to share?
Well, I came because I've been experiencing lots of sciatic on my right side, and I've had it for years because, unfortunately, I've taken many falls. Just happened to find myself compromising my.
Can you hear, Cynthia?
No, probably not.
Sure, nice to see you too, honey. Can you hear, Cynthia? Love to you, Angelica. Can you hear Cynthia speaking? I want to make sure this is really good stuff. Okay.
So I compromised myself with these falls, and so it just seemed that I found about EES through a friend
Yes.
in Jersey, and she went.
At Full Spectrum?
She did go.
That's where we first went, everybody.
Yeah.
Danny and I found out about the EE system because I was ill 8 months ago, meaning out of alignment, meaning in incredible pain for 3 days. Found out about this video, and to do with this 3 days later, maybe less, we flew to Verona, New Jersey. I spent 2 hours in the system, and I was 100%. And my husband had tinnitus, and it was gone. Now, his came back because, we're in a big as toxic soup, right? There were, a lot of EMFs and et cetera. But since the system has been installed here, he's 100%. I'm the one who wants the water machine at night now because he got me hooked on his water machine. So go ahead with Jersey. So was it Alice in Jersey, the manager?
I'm not sure who it was. Actually, we haven't even talked about her experience. I've been asking her how was it, but she's been in chronic pain, and so when I texted her the following day and asked her, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
She said, great. So that was the answer I wanted to hear.
Absolutely.
So I assumed it was a great experience.
So many so-called, miracles. This creates a hyper healthy environment is what we're in. It allows in homeostasis. It gets your DNA back to, the 20. It mimics exactly, regrows telomeres, and it apparently gives you a bigger mouth. Now, Danny McKiley, very clear. Thank you, darling. Okay, all right.
So am I done? No.
No!
So I wanted to say that my experience since last week, which is 2 weeks ago, I was very disappointed I wasn't able to come last Sunday.
Oh.
And so I thought, just to keep the momentum going. But I bought the salt that you sell, and
so we sell Dr. Sandra Rose Michael's combo, just, so because Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, who is our God, she is our goddessa, but she did create the system. And so what she speaks to, which many of us know, is that the skin is the largest organ, right? And so because what happens here is many of the toxins are brought to the surface. Sometimes her son is now echoing that with the toxins. Did you hear that? It was like a Arabic kind of yodel. Okay, good. No, it's just me. Right, that's right. You are funny. Okay, so it brings, because sometimes people will leave here and whatever their so-called condition is may be magnified for a while. And, as Dr. Sandra says, shift happens, let that shift go, because it often, brings to the surface some of the pains. But if we drink a lot of really good water and we activate the water here in the system for 36 hours and we detox the skin with her combination. So basically what it is all, as Cynthia was referencing, she's been doing this, detoxing with the salts, which are a combination of sea salt, obviously aluminum-free baking soda, half of that of borax, and all of this, by the way, okay, so ginger, green tea, and bentonite clay, all of this is activated in Dr. Sandra's mega mothership in Vegas. So, she has a center that is much more powerful than this. That's where the jewelry is done. So if it's if the center just says they created there, it's not the same thing. It's because she has the hyper supercharged machine. So what you do is after you leave here, you go home and you have a nice little bathy, and you put it in and you chill out, and you'll see the water will often turn gray or black because it really, it's expunging a lot of the crapola from your cuckapoo cell, right? So your cells, it's all, those are the scientific terms, by the way. I have to check with Dr. Sandra.
And anyway,
yes.
Sorry,
I'm sorry. She's apologizing for interrupting me for interrupting her. You should.
So I took this bath, but I forgot now. No, I'm kidding. So what happened was after I left here, I knew as soon as I was finished with the session that I felt tingling, as you were saying, and I felt this sense of peace and wellness. And I went home and just very positive, like I'm just praying that this pain goes away. And it really had, and then we had a really nice chat after with some of the people,
Oh.
and we had a very nice
We
time.
really try to create community here.
And I felt very good about that because I don't know many people in Florida after being here for over 35 years, coming on vacation.
Sure.
For winters.
Sure.
Snowbirds.
She's a snowbird.
Yeah, well, heading back next week.
Mhm.
So, anyway, the next morning I went out on our patio and I meditated. I just felt this amazing sense of peace and wellness. I felt a sense of love, and my heart was filled with so much joy. And then I had a nice morning, and I was just really connected, and nature was all around me. And then the next day I felt a little bit less, wellness. I felt, it was almost like I'm waiting for when I might feel the pain a little bit more. And then I was stretching and exercising, and also it gave me a sense of hope where I was actually doing things in my life which I always hydrate and everything, but I felt like I could stay on my heavy metal detox smoothies and things like that I follow, and so I was more consistent and hope that. So I've been doing all that, and
so what you're saying is it's giving you inspiration, gave you courage to move ahead and do, because this is a holistic experience. Sometimes people think if I come to the EE system and then I go home and I have fast food, you know what I mean, and I'm in a toxic relationship or unhappy, that it's so holistic. So it inspired Cynthia to check in and do other things that are really good for her and move ahead with them, because it's really a holistic. All right, honey, I think we're gonna have to move on to the next person. I could listen to Cynthia for years.
The bath was special.
Her bath was special.
Amazing. I all of my hands were like floating. I was
Ooh.
actually just like fell asleep.
It is the combination is hyper activated in Dr. Sandra's system in Vegas in her mothership, and you do feel it. Thank you, darling. We're going to move on. I feel like we should applaud. It's standing ovulation. We're moving on, and all of these people are healers. Cynthia is a healer, and we're moving on to Leslie. Now, Leslie, you may have, is a regular here. Leslie is an opera singer and a sound healer, and I'm going to get emotional. Just a member of the family. All right, get over here, you.
Hi, everyone.
It's Leslie. Hi, honey. Do you have anything to share? And thank you for schlepping down here.
Oh, I am so happy to be here. I needed
I'm
this.
so happy Leslie's here.
I totally needed to recharge my battery and get plugged into the cosmic light socket. And the way that I feel, I work with energy, 30 years healer. I was just thinking about how energy travels in circles, spirals, and infinity signs. And I do what's called ecstatic body work. And I feel that energy here. I feel like in 15 minutes, I get into a state of ecstasy and bliss.
I want to just interrupt, which is very unlike me, I know. But I do want to say, and that's the thing, kind of, what the heck are you doing, Franny? Why aren't people just sitting in a chair? Because joy and bliss is our normal state.
Yes.
And we have been brainwashed to believe we have to be serious. We're not allowed to get in touch with the joyful, silly, playful side of us. And that is our heartbeat, ladies and gentlemen. And this is something that has taken me decades to remember. Why are kids walking around going, okay, this is fun. Now what next can we do that's fun? Okay, I want to have some fun, and then I'd like a little more fun, and I'd like to put some fun sauce on the fun. And that's really, speaks to my soul, what you said, Leslie, because it allows in healing like nobody's business. Have you noticed? Okay.
Yes, and you are the queen of silliness. And when
I'll take that.
When I come, it helps me lighten up and remember to not take life so seriously.
Right. Actually, Leslie, you gave me one of the biggest compliments. It was, you said you give me permission to, be silly or something?
Yeah,
permission
be more silly.
Yeah, and that is really what I try to hold as a vibration, giving other people. It took me a long time because I, as many of you know, had paralyzing PTSD for decades, which was not fun when you're a comic. Etc. Right? And it's in my, my book, it's in the t-shirts, it's in the doll collection, whatever. The point is, yes, it's really, really, really beautiful to be able to be where I am now and to continue to allow in more goodness and more wisdom and more healing. And I just love you. I'm so glad you're here, honey.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be here. I also just want to say that energy, what I notice in here is that whatever is stuck starts moving.
Yeah.
I feel the tingliness. And I also, you know, Dr. Sandra talks about the sacred spiral. So energy travels in circles, spirals, and infinity signs. And it just gets that energy moving. So whatever's blocked is just going to start naturally opening and peeling away. And that's what's beautiful. I also feel warm, tingly energy in my heart.
Oh, I love that. And I remember you speaking to the onion layers peeling last time, too.
Yeah. See, things get stuck. And so this
Yay,
helps,
Leslie, says Rochelle.
this helps move and release.
And
open.
John Williams. Love word, John
Yes,
Williams.
hi,
Thank you,
John.
Cynthia. Beautiful,
Hi,
says John
Rochelle.
Williams. Yeah.
Love you guys. So great to see you. Happy Sunday.
Okay, moving on. Thank you, Leslie, so much, darling. We're moving on to Sandra, who also, okay, she says she can't top that, but you know what? It's not necessary because we all are uniquely, exquisitely gorgeous, as this supermodel is, who's also a member of the Love family. Look, Sandra. Okay, get up here. Get up here. I'm so glad you made it. I miss you too. Sandra made it. Slept all the way from Port St.
Lucie.
Yeah. How are you doing, honey? Is there anything you want to share today? Okay, that's enough. Sit down.
Yes.
No.
No. Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I missed you last week.
I missed you too. I know. I had to. You know.
And I'm so ready. Was so ready all week to come here, and I was letting Leslie know too that I needed my weekly Sunday loving light regeneration session at the womb room.
Oh,
My star seed. I love you so much. Hi, Danny. I love you too.
Did we love you, Danny?
Yes, Danny. I wish you were here.
Danny is going to be here.
Shout some hummus.
He's going to be here.
Bring us some hummus.
Bring us hummus, Chef Danny. He's coming. He's going to be here too.
Best hummus
Yeah.
I've ever had.
Look at that. Did
Yes.
you hear that, sweetheart? Yeah, well, he knows. Listen,
Yeah.
I didn't just marry him because of his gorgeousness and his, sense of humor and his fabulous, nostril growth, of hair, but because he is he's like the hummus god.
I thought he was a chef.
He is a chef. Well, he's a god and a chef. You love me. He says, he meant to. Alfonso Perez, love warrior. Hi, Sandy, says Rochelle.
Hi.
I'm
Oh,
talking.
Rochelle.
I don't know.
Where you at?
Rochelle is here in Florida, but she's been here. She's been here. Okay. So do you have anything else you want to say, honey?
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Did she mention I don't know if because she looks so miserable and I don't know.
Thank
We
you.
love you. I'm schwitzy. I'm sweaty, but now Pat is a regular here too, and this is her first time being abused in the womb room, and she is one powerful woman. Pat, come on up so you can stand here so people can hear you. And this is Pat. Beautiful Pat. Now, Pat has told me some really interesting things about herself, such as you grew up on a farm.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to tell anybody.
Oh, she did not grow up on a farm, whatever you do. Pat did not grow up. Pat grew up in a castle in Sweden. Okay. So I wasn't sorry. I didn't realize that normally isn't a secret, but okay. But I love that about you because Pat is so real. And just like there's no, just so anyway, how are you doing? Is there anything you want to share?
I think they covered it all.
Did you see what I'm saying? She grew up in a castle in Sweden. Okay. But can I just ask you this? What has been your experience being in here? Just even one sentence.
I guess it feels good.
It's good enough for me. All right, sit down.
All right, thank you.
She gets an A++. All right, now we're moving on to Morley. And this is such a treat. Morley and Angie, these are Morley and Liz, who are now going to call me Peculiaretta because I'm making up names for people. But, listen, I'm just meeting people for the first time. So So bless you all. I'm going to move through. All right, I don't want to, can you maybe just move yours down, Morley? And I'm going to, if you could kindly come and stand here and I can ask you a few questions, because we're inspiring people. Hi, everybody. So much love to you. This is Morley. John, I need the womb room photon bath every week. No, I can't wait to have you down here from Toronto. So, all right. Morley, such a pleasure to have you here. Heard so much about you. Would you mind just giving people any kind of feedback, how you're feeling here?
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed and yelled at, probably.
Overstimulated.
It's like you're a little too close to me, Franny. We just met, and I'm a married man.
This is, Dr. Liz and I have been to, this is our 7th session.
Oh,
Not here.
no.
And we've had 3 overnights, which you got to
Oh,
do.
wow.
We haven't done overnights.
Yeah, we do overnights here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and they're very popular. Next week, we're pretty much full. I don't know, you have to we fill up really fast, but yeah, they're powerful. So by overnights here, we do them for 10 hours. Now, how long are the overnights that you and Liz have experienced?
Yeah, about 10 hours.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do them on a bed. Do not do them in a chair.
Well, we have 14 chairs here, which, believe it or not, some of our clients have preferred, but we have very comfy air mattresses, yes.
That's right. Makes a big difference. Because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to get the full benefit.
With anything.
Right. But this, we just enjoy the sensation.
Now, Morley, have you been in a place that has 24 units as well? Okay.
12 and 24.
So 24 units, Dr. Sandra has said, mimic the strands of DNA. So that's why actually at this moment in time, they are the kind of optimum. Did you feel a difference being in the 12 to 24? And they're all good and they all are wonderful. But I'm just curious to know.
No, I wouldn't say we've noticed a difference.
Okay.
All the research on the system has been done with a cube, not on the 24 systems.
Well, actually, I don't want to, split hairs or split DNA hairs with you, but there has been more. You might want to contact Dr. Sandra for that.
That's great.
Yeah, there's a lot more that's being done that just has not been, publicly shared. But this is what she has articulated. I'm not making these words up. So 24 mimics the number doing it. But the point is this: if it works, it's great. It doesn't matter if you're, eating, frog nostrils. It makes you feel better. But frog nostrils, which are a delicacy on my planet, apparently.
What are you frogs into?
Now Morley's scared. He's frightened.
Oh,
But so
I'm intrigued.
now, how do you feel being here in the womb room, other than with me?
It's actually a lot of fun. This is the most animated environment we've ever been in.
Okay, but I am going to shut the lights off soon and let them have some peace and quiet.
That was a compliment.
It is animated. I take that as a compliment. I take that as a
Complimented?
I am complimented.
Yeah, complimented.
I'm mating with my compliments.
And I resemble that comment.
Oh, no, here we go. All right, you're off the hook. Thank you,
My
darling. You're done.
All right.
Stick your cute butt in, and your lovely Liz is going to be next. All right, thank you so much. Danny, Mike, Kylie, yes, we have a very comfortable air beds. Frog nostrils, ha ha ha. I quite remember that. Ha ha. Okay, I'm going to move over to, just don't want to make sure. Watch your blankie, Sandry, honey. Blankie, Sandry, Schmandry. Okay, here we go. Watch your toes, Marley. Liz, introducing lovely Liz. Okay. Well, it is. It's supposed to be. It's very high end. It's very Susan. Dr. Liz, reclaim your fear, return to cure. I love this. Now, her shirt speaks, T-shirts. Reclaim your fear, return to curiosity. Now, isn't that everything? Isn't that everything? So, allowing ourselves to get in touch with the truth of who we are, which is exciting. My kids are so interested in learning and, don't walk around in fear mostly if they're in a good environment. So how are you doing, honey? This is Liz's first time here. I'm just going to move this a little closer. Yeah. No, stay still. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. I want people to hear you. I'm just curious to know, is there anything you have to share about your experience here? We're letting people who don't really know about the system, you know, have a little peek inside.
Yeah. It's very relaxing in here, comfortable. I like all the music.
And the music is Michael Scalar's, Dr. Sandra Rose Michael's son's creation. They just got back from India, where they donated a 24-unit system to an ashram, and he's an international electronic artist. So this is reminiscent of his experience in India to some degree, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm a chiropractor.
Oh, Liz is a chiropractor. All right. Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing, Liz. Really appreciate it. All right. Rochelle Cabran, well, God has a Queen Franny. Should you and Danny and Doctor, I'll look at the rest of them. And love the T-shirt, says Love Warrior John Williams. My husband said, after an hour with you, they're going to need to sleep. Well, you don't have to laugh that hard, Liz. Thank you for sharing, darling. You may return to your post.
Thank you.
And now we're going over to Angela with the gorgeous pink shoes. Look at those shoes, my friend. Angela is here for the first time as well. You have the blanket? I don't want you to. Okay. I'm going to move over. Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Have you now tell us about your experience so we can inspire some people?
I'm sorry to say I can stand the television. I'm getting dizzy.
Okay, so Angela is having a problem with, they're not televisions, but they're screens. As many of you know, you can see behind me. So some people find it, actually we haven't had that response, but it can be, you don't look at them then, right?
I know, that's why I close
Do you
my
want an
eyes.
eye cover? We have eye covers here.
No. It's
You sure?
Yeah, I just close my eyes.
Okay, because that eye cover can further block out any light if it's
No,
too much.
no.
Okay, so what Angela's talking about is the photonic and colors that you can see on the screen. It's coding that Dr. Sandra Rose Michael has created, and mostly it soothes people, but everybody has their unique experience, and nobody's experience is wrong or right. So I'm going to let you sit down, darling, but I appreciate your honesty, and I drink a lot of water.
I am.
And if you need to go and sit in the other room, please feel free to. Okay, have a seat, Angela. I'm moving on down the line. All right. Nicolyn. And these people came all the way from?
Surfside, Miami Beach area.
Miami Beachy area. Hi, Nicolyn. So this is our first time meeting these two lovely people. Could you share your experience? Are you also feeling kind of freaked out by the, not freaked out is the wrong word, but sort of you're feeling it difficult on the eyes?
No, I'm pretty used to looking at them. My response is fine, but my other response or sensations that I have are some vibratory stuff going on with my low back.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I realized that I had moved a very heavy box. And I stopped biking because it was so painful.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah. And I thought, oh, maybe that could be what's being fixed or something.
Right. So the energy here is probably stimulating the cells, right?
It actually reminded me about my low back because you get used to pain and
right. It creates this environment creates cellular excitation. So many people feel different tingling in here because, you know, the power that heals, that created the body heals the body. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yes. And also felt some moments of euphoria that sometimes I would get like this.
Oh, that's so wonderful. So this sounds really, really, really positive. I love hearing that. Thank you for sharing.
And we were talking earlier. And
you and Ralph?
Yes. And at one point, I noticed a change of feeling. It almost felt like it different from a alpha to a beta state, or rather from a beta to an alpha state, or wherever the hell it is.
Different states. Just work with us, people.
Total relaxation.
That's right. Well,
And I thought I don't need to talk anymore.
but it's so true. And the delta theta state is the prime primo state to be in, to allow in, to absorb in. And you know, sleeping, of course, is numero uno. Now, what we're going to do, thank you so much, everybody. What I want to share now is, and I would like to add the following before we do the next thing. I just want to say, anybody who's feeling at all not like getting up, please don't. Moving, like I said before, vibration, right? If you're feeling stuck in a relationship and job and life and whatever, you don't have to get up and, you know, dance like Elaine from Seinfeld, which is what I did. But you can feel the vibration of looseness and movement and fluidity in your chair, in your marriage, in your relationship with your mother, your uncle, whatever. It feels, if there's something that feels off, you can listen to music, and Michael Scalar's music is very high vibe, high hertz. So we're going to turn it up a little, and I would encourage you, because it's going to encourage people at home, people at home, to get up and dance a little and allow in some life and some movement and energy. And those of you who want to dance in your chairs, do that. But what I'd really like to do is, we did this last time, it was really fun. We had like a very fast combo line. So again, not pushing anybody, but you guys are so cute. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen is we're gonna crank some music. We're gonna crank some music. How do we? Now the other way. All right, everybody at home, cut loose. All right. Get your tushes going, people. All right. Not all right, I think you got the point. We're going to create the music even louder. All right. Ralph is dancing in his chair. Can you? Ralph is dancing with his lovely smile. Okay, look at this. Okay, kids. So I don't have to move this. The best thing would be, oh, look at them go. Look at that wild dance party going on at the room. Okay. I love this. Look at these girls. Okay. We got a combo line going down this way. Combo line. All right. All right. Oh, there goes Ralph. Ralph's part of it. He's joining. I love it. Sandra is doing a sleep dance. I love it. Leslie. Rock on. Look at Cynthia go. All right. Yeah, girl. Very good. Come on, everyone at home. Rock it. Sandra. All right. Find the joy in your musculature. All right. Gorgeousness, and look at those freckles. A girl without freckles is like a night without stars. You heard that one. All right, come on, Liz. Come on, Ralph. Wow. All right. Marley. Look at this. Shake it up. Okay, and these two are dancing in their chairs, and that's perfectly fine. All right. Okay, now Leslie's just showing off. I love it. All right. All right. Sandra! Look at that. I love it. love you all so much. Thank you for all the hearts and the love. Bless you all. Sending you so much love. And, right? Currently moves. I love the music. It's Michael Scalar. Those of you who I haven't actually will catch up with later, I love you so much. Thank you for joining. Sending you wellness on every level. Okay. Can we just for a second focus and send love out to the social media group? Can we do a group? Alright. I hope you see that. Yes. We're sending love, baby. All right. Bless you all. I love you so much. All right. I'm going now. Bye-bye.